Voluntary pre-K programs for thousands of local preschoolers will soon be getting underway across the First Coast. A cutting-edge VPK program has been developed here in our area, and it offers learning experiences for both typical children and those with developmental disabilities as they learn and play side by side. Here to share with us this exciting information is Laurie Price, Executive Director with Hope Haven Children's Clinic and Family Center. Good morning, Laurie.
Good morning.
Also here, Amy Flood, Lead Teacher for Hope Haven's VPK program. Amy, good morning to you.
Good morning.
So this is very exciting. This is the first state-funded VPK program in Jacksonville where neurotypical kids and kids with developmental disabilities, they'll be in the same program together.
That's correct. We believe it'll be the only one in this area.
How will it work? How is this coming together?
It's coming together after a lot of planning and excitement and board involvement, volunteer involvement, community feedback. And our vision is to have a classroom of 12 children, most likely 7 who would be described as typical and 5 with children with special needs.
And you're holding an open house on April 15th so parents can learn more about this. Why the decision to put the children together? There's good data to back up the benefits of this, correct, Amy?
There's a lot of good research out there that demonstrates that children, not only children with special needs, but all children benefit from this type of setting, and that's why we feel like there's such a need for this in our community, and we're excited to be able to provide this kind of service.
We know the benefits for the children with autism or Down syndrome or cerebral palsy, whatever their situation may be. We know the benefits for these children, but what about the parents of what are known as neurotypical children? Why is it to their advantage to have a child in a VPK program like this one?
We're looking at the gains that all children are going to make in VPK. And when you talk about an inclusive classroom, we want to show that not only are children with special needs have certain challenges, but all children are the same. Mm-hmm. That we see that this child is very similar to my child. They like the same kind of toys. They like the same kind of programs. They're learning empathy. They're learning how to overcome different challenges that their friends might have and learn that the differences that they have in themselves is okay.
Sure. And as we're looking at a picture, Laurie, where cuts to VPK funding are of great concern statewide, let's talk for a minute about how you were able to put this together and obtain funding, because it's quite an achievement.
We're very excited about it. We do have support from the Rice Family Foundation, who helped us establish our VPK classroom. And then we're doing fundraising, and we're fortunate at Hope Haven because we already have the infrastructure in place to provide this service, so that's not an additional expense for us. Mm-hmm. One of the things to add to Amy's comments about the value for all children is Amy, who is certified in early education, has a master's degree, is a certified behavior analyst. So we think we're offering a very qualified teacher as well as a 1-to-6 staff-to-child ratio. There's also lots of good evidence that shows in those early years that the smaller staff-to-teacher ratio, child-to-teacher ratios really benefit every child as well.
Sure. So there'll be some very lucky children in this program. And let's explain, too, for people who aren't familiar with what it's like, if you're a parent of a child with special needs, let's describe some of the challenges these parents face in finding a program that's A, willing to take your child, and B, accredited and a quality program where they'll have a good experience.
That's the huge challenge that a lot of parents face in terms of what's a great placement for my child during the day for preschool, and not worrying that is my child going to be asked to leave a specific program because the staff is not able to meet their needs. And one of the great things that we are able to offer at Hope Haven is that we are a multidisciplinary clinic. We are able to pull in the resources of our speech, occupational, and physical therapists, our tutors, and our counselors to make sure that we are all working towards providing those services and meeting that ultimate VPK goal of getting ready for kindergarten.
So that you don't have to turn a child away or
Absolutely.
Eject a child from a program.
Correct. That we have the good fortune of having highly qualified staff on site who can provide therapies Parents do not have to pull out their children in order to take them to therapy, and that's hard for a lot of parents to be able to leave work, go to therapies, or work all day and go to therapies after work.
I would think the demand is overwhelming of parents trying to get their kids into Hope Haven's programs.
It is overwhelming. You think about how hard it is to raise a child who doesn't have special needs, and then you throw the special needs on top of it. It's draining, as Amy said, in terms of the time involved, the emotion, the finances, all tax our families. One of the things that we're proud of at Hope Haven is we work with all of our children, but we make sure that we are there for the families to provide support and guidance as well.
And there aren't, the facilities that exist in this area do a fabulous job, like yours, but there aren't that many places for parents to turn to locally if they have a special needs child. So you really are an oasis, of this beacon of hope, literally, for so many families.
There's a lot of great programs in Jacksonville that are able to take children with special needs and do wonderful things with them. But I think that's why it's important for our mission to be, we are dedicated specifically to inclusion. Neurotypical
and special needs together. That's unique for sure. So in terms of this VPK program, if you have a child that you think would fit, Hope Haven is holding an open house this week. Tell us about that.
Amy is going to be greeting parents. It's a parents-only open house between 8 and 9:30 a.m. this Thursday, and between 5 and 6:30 p.m. And it's a really opportunity for parents to see the classroom, to get to know Amy, to get to know what the mission, the vision is, and to just get a sense of what their child's day would be like if they were able to participate in our VPK program.
And that's this Thursday at the Hope Haven Children's Clinic and Family Center, and they are located at 4600 Beach Boulevard. The open house from 8 to 9:30 a.m. and 5 to 6:30 p.m. But again, as Laurie and Amy mentioned, this is a really small, exclusive, almost pilot project to begin with. 12 kids to start out.
It is, and that was our board's goal, was to pilot it so that we can really make it, give a year, 2 years, make it the best program it can possibly be, and then potentially expand what we do. What we've learned in terms of what's going on around the country is once a program is piloted and families hear the benefit to the children, that the demand amongst the neurotypical children and the children with special needs becomes huge.
Well, I'm sure there will be many more parents applying than you're able to accept, but it's still very exciting to hear about it. You must be excited personally to be the teacher in such a unique program.
I'm thrilled that I am able to take everything that I love to do between my early childhood background and doing behavior analysis and put it into our program. I'm very lucky.
Well, and so will the children who get to participate. She is Laurie Price, Executive Director of Hope Haven Children's Clinic, and Amy Flood. She's the lead teacher for this unique VPK program. And again, the open house is this Thursday, April 15th at Hope Haven, 4600 Beach Boulevard, from 8 to 9:30 a.m. and from 5 to 6:30 p.m. Hope Haven works with children across a full range of developmental disabilities, physical and educational and mental challenges. So lots of parents out there, I'm sure, will be very interested in this information. Thanks so much, and come back and let us know how it's going.
We will. Thank you.
Thank you.